It's a beautiful morning from Kampala Serena Hotel Gardens. Stephen Imbide speaking to you. I'm here with Lydia Nakasuja. She is the strategy and analytics lead at Refactory Limited. We're going to be speaking about the Uganda Developer Summit, now also known as UG Dev Summit. First of all, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm okay. Let our viewers know about this UG Developer Summit.
So the UG Dev Summit, or what you're calling the UG Developer Summit, is the inaugural summit that has been put together by Refactory. It is the first time ever we're doing such a thing in this country. We want to bring together people in the tech ecosystem, the developers, the employers, also global partners, to be able to come together and discuss issues that are pertinent to this ecosystem, but also provide opportunities for the developers to not only know about work in Uganda, but also globally.
But we know that now the times are changing. We are also now talking about digital economy. Many people are now in agriculture, in education, in health. They're now going more digital. There is a need to develop more software skills, but also having the internet more accessible.
Yes.
How is this summit going to be? How is this summit going to help solve some of these issues?
Yeah, so like I said, we're bringing together a lot of global partners, people from all of the spaces that you've talked about, be it legal tech, agri-tech, edu-tech, the makers of tech, the likes of Microsoft. We are bringing together these partners into this summit to ensure that we have information given to developers or even people aspiring to be developers. We have mentors who are going to help these people to advise them into which journeys they should take. I wanted to also help you know that in Uganda alone, we have only 13,000 developers, 13,000 plus about there, while in Africa, according to the Google Developer Survey, there are over 700,000 developers. So where are the rest of them? They're in South Africa, 120,000 of them plus. In Nigeria, 90,000 plus. In Kenya, 60,000 plus. So we're hoping that this summit will be that place where the developers that we have in this country, but also those that are aspiring to be developers, come together to understand what are the spaces they need to get themselves into. How do they advance their knowledge? What are the skills that are out there for them to go and harness? That's why also Refactory, as the convener of this summit, is ensuring that we can be able to spur on this growth of software developers, not only to get skills, but also to understand where the opportunities are, but also for the employers to come and get to understand what is the market looking like in terms of the software developers that we have here before we go looking outside of Uganda. But also for our Ugandan existing developers to know that what are the other opportunities beyond this landscape of Uganda. So we have also sessions such as the UG Diaspora Fireside Chat, where we want to bring together people that worked abroad but are from Uganda and work in the same space to help these developers in our country to know what other opportunities are there for me. Can I work remotely? What does it mean to work remotely? And things of the like.
And you know that this is also coming at a time when we are talking about AI, artificial intelligence, and many are looking at it as a challenge that's going to leave us with many people, especially young people, either jobless or more inquisitive, more like we've seen the rest of the region, with Kenya and Rwanda, or even away from the region like Nigeria, how the young people are getting into the vibe of using such skills. But for Uganda's context, where we even know that we still have a low internet penetration, 24%, and we are talking about AI, how would Uganda position itself to compete favorably within the region, but also across Africa?
So these are some of the aspects we're actually going to discuss at this summit. We have one of the sessions called Emerging Technologies, where we will be able to discuss such emerging technologies as you're saying, AI, data science, cybersecurity. We want to bring an understanding for people to know that while artificial intelligence is here, the likes of ChatGPT and Gemini and all of that, they are not really here to replace your work. I think they are here for people who are ready to utilize them to enhance their work. Yeah. So when you mention that, how ready are we? How do we get Uganda ready? It is in the understanding of these technologies that then our people, or all of us, get to know how do we harness the opportunity that is in these emerging technologies to advance our country. Of course, like you mentioned, the issues of internet penetration, now that's where the government comes in. That's where policy comes in. How do we also use this summit to encourage the government, to extend things such as internet penetration, so that people have the opportunity to access such services, but also not just access them, but how do they utilize them when they access them? Do they just go in there to do Facebook or Instagram, or do they go in there to understand what is happening in the world? What can I learn better? I've heard of ChatGPT. How do I utilize it? So it is also such issues and aspects that we want to really discuss in this summit, and just bring them to the awareness of the government, of the public, of the private sector, and see how we can collaborate, to extend what you're talking about right now.
And when we talk about utilization, but also development, I know that even today when you go to the markets, you find that there are some people who are even selling their matoke using software skills. There are also those in hospitals using these applications, but also in education. Some learning now has even gone more digital. So this, I think, is a welcome summit that everyone should embrace. But one would ask, how can that person be part of this summit, and where is it even happening, from when until when?
Yeah. So the summit is happening this week on Thursday, just about 2 days to go, 18th and 19th. It's happening at the National ICT Hub, if you know where it is, the Innovation Hub in Akawa, right opposite Capital Shoppers. I think that's what people know the most, next to MOOBS. It's happening on Thursday and Friday over 2 days, from 8 until 5 p.m. every day. And we have a whole program that's laid out that has different kind of aspects that we put together, curated, to ensure that everyone at least is able to get something out of this summit, as long as you are in the tech ecosystem.
Earlier on I was talking about the markets, but also that in the transport sector, many people are now, for example, the border industry, many of them now using software skills, but also in security, many people are now able to even track what is happening at their offices, what is happening at their homes. So there is need for driving innovation. Any last words to our viewers?
That's a really good question, but I wanted to first say, before you took the mic away, that if you want to join the summit, we have tickets that are on sale. You have to just go to the website, ugdevsummit.io, and register. Pay for a ticket. You can pay for a day or two, depending on how you'd like to attend or participate. The program is on the website, so you're able to know what is really pertinent to you and what you really want to come and attend. Now, in line with innovation, I really like that you have brought it down to the grassroots, to the normal day that we live in. Our border riders, they are using Farasi, they are using Safe Border. Even when they really didn't have to go to school to study how to use software, software has just been made to ease people's lives. And all you need to know is, what software are you developing? Is it usable for even a person that never really went to school to study how to use technology? So in line of innovation, I just want to spur on innovators who are in the field of developing software. Think about the usability context. Is it going to be usable from a person that's just as a novice, a child of 3 years, to a person who has actually gone to school and still find it a very easy piece of software to use, and most importantly, to ensure that you're solving a problem in software engineering?
Wow, great. Wishing you all the best at the UGDev Summit, and regards to all the team members at Refactor Limited. My regards to Michael also.